What's going on, everybody? So today I have a new piece of kit that I want to talk to you about. I've been wanting this one for a long time. If you don't know the logo at the top, that is a Winkler Knives logo. Daniel Winkler is out of North Carolina. He's a knife maker and does some phenomenal work and makes some really cool stuff. So what's interesting about this one, if you flip it over, that is a different logo. That is Dynamis Alliance. Dynamis Alliance is owned by former Navy SEAL. His name's Dom Rasso, or Rosso, excuse me. And Dom is a super cool dude. If you don't, you should follow him on Instagram. Super motivational, great dad, great family man, great Christian. I love what he puts out. He's awesome. So without further ado, let's get into this thing. This is the Combat Flathead. Dom's done a couple limited runs of these. At the time of this video, recording of this video, this just sold out. So I've seen him on his website a couple times. If you see it on the website and you want one, you think you might want one, go pick it up. They're not cheap. I've seen a lot of people go, oh, you literally put combat in front of anything, and you know, idiots will go buy it. All right, well, call me an idiot, I guess. This is a great tool. I've already used it a good bit. I'll tell you where and why. Typical Kydex sheath, does its job, retains really well. I do like the clip. This is a solid clip. It mounts fairly high on the sheath, which is good. And then you've got some slots here that you can adjust some stuff out if you want to raise or lower it. And then there's a couple more if you want to carry it a little bit higher, I guess, or lower. You can pop the screws in there and call it a day. The one thing that I don't like about the sheath, and I think that this can't be avoided due to the size. I mean, it's a tapered wedge, for lack of a better term. The only complaint that I've had is, I mean, again, I've said this before if you've watched my other channels, I have size medium-ish gloves, hands, so not huge hands. Without this in the sheath, the leather wrapped here can fit a whole hand in there, right? Not a problem. If you want to spin it around and hold it here, good to go. Now, with the sheath, you can sit it right here, but it wiggles around a little bit. But when you push, you'll hear it click, right? It eats up a little bit of the handle, and again, I get it, right? It's basically a tapered, you know, wedge, for lack of a better term, but it takes away a ton of the handle. So when I go to grab this thing to pull it out, it's like a little 3-finger draw. Again, not the end of the world, but it eats up a good bit of this handle. I would love, I'm not a knife maker. I am not a sheath maker. I just like good tools. I would love it if there was a way to retain it here so that when you go to grab this thing, you get your full hand around it and it's not as much of an issue. And away it goes. Again, this is a flathead screwdriver. However, this thing is beefy. I have pried the crap out of multiple things with this. It does not budge. I just, for the heck of it, from a thickness standpoint, 'cause sometimes you get flathead screwdrivers that you can't really use them. Like on some of the little EDC keychain tools you have, the flathead for some reason is like a quarter of an inch thick, so it's really hard to use anything. I actually walked around the house and was just messing with it. I unscrewed like a light switch plate in the house, so it's skinny enough to get into that. But this is solid steel, and it's not going anywhere. The finish on this is like a stone wash, like a tumble wash, and I really like it because when they come like this, when you add your own scratches, which is going to happen regardless, they don't show up as prominently. Again, it's a tool. It's going to get used. That's why you buy it. But some stuff is finished so nicely that it's like, oh man, I almost feel bad using it because I'm going to scratch it up. The handle is this is leather wrapped, and it's solid little handle. I like it a lot. I wonder if there would be a way to get an actual like a G10 handle on here somehow. I don't know. Again, I'm not a knife maker, but this works great. This is a low signature. You probably could paracord wrap this too if you wanted. I do like the leather though. A little bit of jimping back here, and it's thick enough on the back end. Let's see if we can get it to focus. Maybe a little bit, kind of, sort of. Maybe not. Get your thumb on there. So here's why I like this tool. A couple of reasons. There are some places where you are not allowed to carry a fixed blade. I live in South Carolina, and I live in America, obviously, and we are, for the time being, allowed to carry, within reason, whatever we want. Obviously, you have to have a CWP for a firearm. Fixed blades in South Carolina, you can pretty much carry whatever you want. But if you were to go somewhere where you can't, you feel like you want to carry a fixed blade or a heavier duty use tool from a protection standpoint, you can't carry a fixed blade. This is a screwdriver. Screwdriver. It is not a sharp blade. This is not sharp. This will not cut you at all. But I will tell you that if you stab someone in the face with this, it's not going to feel so hot. So I've seen comments on Dynamis Alliance's website that people go, hey, I'm not actually allowed to carry a fixed blade, but I do carry this for a protection tool, and it works very well. You know, again, it's a screwdriver. That was part of the reason that drew me to it. The other thing was this sheath, being able to mount a sheath to a bag or a plate carrier or the molly in your car or whatever, molly webbing in your car, and have this tool available, I thought was a fantastic idea. I really like this thing. Again, you could smash out a window with this very easy, so if it's in your car and, you know, God forbid you got to get out or you got to help somebody else get out, this thing will break glass pretty easily, I would imagine. Again, your thumb ramp here, go to work. So all in all, I really like this tool. I think it is a little pricey for what it is, and you can get, for the price of this, you can get like for another $50, you get a pretty solid half face blade as well. So I mean, or I think for another $50 you could pick up the SMR, I think is what it's called, the SMR blade at Dynamis Alliance's website. So it's not cheap, but again, keep in mind what you're going to use the tool for. Works great as a pry bar, works great as a screwdriver. I would imagine, thankfully I've not been in a self-defense situation where I have to use this, but I would imagine this would be very effective because it is solid steel, and it works it's very heavy. It's got a good weight to it, so I would imagine it would work very well. So again, that is the Dynamis Alliance in collaboration, excuse me, with Winkler Knives, the Dynamis Alliance Combat Flathead. So thank you guys for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you found this helpful. If you like what you see, please subscribe. We've got more videos coming out soon. And as always, have a great day. Cheers.